I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I am Francisco Cerundolo.
And you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Now, Wimbledon is banning Russian and Belarusian tennis players from this summer's tournament because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
The tournament has been stripped of ranking points as a result of its ban on Russian and Belarusian players.
Hey, welcome back again, tennis fans. We've seen the men's quarterfinal preview. We've given our predictions. Now on to the women's side. And this one, probably slightly tougher to pick. The other one, I think that we were all in agreement on our selections. We didn't deviate. We just had a few different set scorings. But this women's one, been a wide open draw. Iga crashed out. Unfortunately, when we were actually at Wimbledon, knew that would happen. As soon as we leave our desks for a day, Iga decides to leave Wimbledon. So disappointed, but Elise Cornet, the person who knocked her out, she went out today as well, knocked out by Tomljanovic. So, and quite an epic match as well.
Yeah, let's go through some of the results of the round before. Starting from yesterday when we was at Wimbledon, we had Balskova beating Garcia in straight sets.
Yep.
We had Tatiana Maria beating Ostapenko, and Ostapenko smashing a chair afterwards after losing.
Needless.
Niemeyer absolutely demolishing Heather Watson. Watson in the presser was pretty disappointed, showing all of her bruises on her legs and how hard she's been working. But clearly she did get the game plan completely wrong. I think her tactics were all over the place in that one and just got demolished by Niemeyer.
Yes.
And Ons Jabeur beat Elise Mertens in a very close match, actually. Mertens played quite well. Yeah. And then sort of winded on to today.
There we go. Lovely jubbly. And
so
we've got
Rybakina beating Martic in straight sets. Rybakina not dropping a set yet.
Nope.
Tomljanovic beating Cornet, like you just said, in 3. It was a very close one. Halep demolishing Badoza. And Anisimova demolishing Tan.
Yes. Where to start with those ones? Rybakina just ploughing through the draw at the moment, which is really great. Normally when I don't pick her, she tends to do well, so that's good. Halep, that's the scoreline of the day on the women's. Yeah. I mean, Paula Badoza, a lot of people had her probably beating Halep today. I'm not sure if I was going to be one of them. I think Halep's been playing incredible. Really?
Yeah. Well, not fully, but to myself. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't really need to say this now, but it's best to be honest. In my head, I was thinking Badoza beats her, maybe in 3.
I don't know. There's just something about Halep this week. We're talking about the circus around Kyrgios. There's a one-man circus that's going around Simona Halep at the moment. His name's Patrick Moratoglu. He seems to, wherever Halep pops up, there's this shadow that's sort of like falling over her. And he was even there for the ceremonies as well. I don't know what was going on there. How
Did you see it, or are you taking my word?
No,
for
I'm
it?
just taking what you said. How did he manage to
I mean,
get
I
himself
think
in?
about it. They're in like the tunnel area, and he's just there's Rod Laver and Rafael Nadal embracing, and he's just standing to the side of him, just like staring on. I mean, what's he doing there? It was Halep's moment, not his. But yeah, regardless of that, I think the whole moment on centre court with all of the legends who have won Wimbledon in the past, Halep being there, I think it gave her that extra emotional investment in her match today, and she absolutely annihilated Badoza just from all of the motivation of just seeing everyone there. It must have done something to her because she was so good today. And some people are now saying she could be favourite. I did put it in the description. Is she now favourite to win the whole thing? Of course, on paper, a lot of people saying on Jabeur,
She could be favourite. I think.
But Halep, really good form, and this is why I want to go to this tweet first because it is a good one from Branch, and it's saying here WTA and the Wimbledon consistency. So, but those are defended her 2020 because we're talking about how it's not very consistent, but really you should have probably seen this coming because Badoza defended their 2021 round 4 run. Tomjanovic defended her 2021 quarterfinal run. Jabeur defended her 2021 quarterfinal run. And Rybakina is at least one step further from her 2021 round 4 run. It's a bit of a mouthful, this. Halep is in the quarterfinfinal and hasn't lost at Wimbledon since she lost to Shea in 2018. So Halep is doing what Djokovic does here at the moment.
She's a bit of a beast at Wimbledon. Obviously, she is a champion, 2019. And I think I had her to win it in 2020. Recency bias, man. Again, didn't obviously happen. Barty obviously Barty was the last champion we had. Barty.
There's a lot of R's in this podcast.
Rybakina and Barty on a run. Went for a run. Yeah, but she was the last champion, Barty. But if you look back, then you're probably looking sort of back to Halep as the next best, really, before her, I would say. And I don't know, Jabeur, can she? I'm thinking everybody's, like you said, looking Jabeur, Halep. Is somebody going to be the shock factor in these 4? Is Tatiana Maria going to be the one that just steals the show at 34 years old?
Well, this highlights it. So the WTA rankings of the Wimbledon ladies quarterfinalists. We've got number 2 Jabeur, 18 Halep, 23 Rybakina, 25 Anisimova, 44 Tomjanovic, 66 Balskova, 97 Niemeyer, and 103 Maria.
Wow. I mean, nicely sort of split into little sections there of 2, sort of like 2 and 18, top 20. Then you got 2 just quite close to each other there, and just outside the top 20. Then you got the other 2 just 40, 60, and then the other 2 just around the 100 mark. Yeah, there's the Germans just down there, but they seem quite dangerous, those 2 at the bottom. I don't know. Then no one's talking about them. There's not many people in the press conferences either. So not many people asking them questions.
There's some German press. They seem to be loving it. Makes sense. But yeah, let's have a look at the potential matchups for, of course, the semis afterwards. And that is the winner of Tomjanovic Rybakina will play the winner of Halep and Anisimova. And at the bottom, the winner of Balskova Jabeur will play the winner of Maria Niemeyer in the semis. So that's the top and bottom. Let's start with the top, and let's start with Tomjanovic Rybakina.
Exciting.
I mean, this is a really good matchup, actually. And I don't know which way to go with it because Tomjanovic historically has done very well here. But then so is Rybakina. We didn't really talk about her, but she did the same thing at Wimbledon last year. And so did Tomjanovic. It's just Oh, actually, what did it say? Did it say she went one better, Rybakina?
She's gone one better than
Yeah,
last
she's
year.
gone one step better.
I think that, well, if we look at who they've had to take out on their route, Rybakina's taken out Van der Wey. I think she was a lucky loser. Andreescu, Qinwen Zheng, and Martic. So it's not been. It's a couple of difficult ones. I say Zheng and Andreescu are probably the tougher ones there. No disrespect to Martic, but then Tomjanovic, she's had Teichmann, Harrison, Krejcikova, and Cornet.
Yeah.
So Cornet, obviously, really good. I think she was cramping in the match, though, earlier today, which was sad to see. Obviously, it was quite a long match. Probably exerted a lot of herself against Iga, getting that win as well. Probably. And what we saw in the press conference, she had what? She was sitting on ice, wasn't she?
Yeah.
When she came in. So for me, Tomjanovic, she had to really come back from the depths to beat Cornet. And will that be at the detriment of this next match? There's part of me that thinks it will. Rybakina hasn't dropped a set yet, and the last time these two played, she bageled Tomjanovic,
Wow.
and I think it's the serve. It was at Madrid.
What surface? On the clay?
Yeah, Madrid clay though, so could be. It's good for serving people. So is Wimbledon. So I think Rybakina for me, I think should do it in straights again. Sorry to give up the ghost.
So this is what she had to say. She said, "I never compared myself with anyone. I just know that I have this gift. I'm tall and I play really fast. It's effortless, I would say. It's not something I'm working in the gym or something. This is my weapon, and I'm just trying to use it as much as I can." So she's talking about naturally how she's quite good at tennis, and she's using that to her advantage. And the most crazy thing about all of this is Wimbledon banned all Russian players from entering, and Rybakina was born in Moscow. So we could have a player born in Russia win Wimbledon after all. So
isn't that crazy?
I mean, it's probably going to happen. It just feels like that's just what's you're going to have the Queen there, and there's going to be so much press around it. The fact that a Russian's just won Wimbledon.
Yeah.
After banning them all.
I know. But maybe it will mean the decision was not right after all. Who knows? That type of thing can come back to bite you. You make these decisions and then I don't know, something in the atmosphere has a way of correcting certain things. So who knows? That might be, or maybe if she gets to the final, that will be the narrative that is spun all around the final.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. Everyone's going to be talking about it for sure if she does make the final, which is a shame because it'd be nice to be talking about her tennis because she has been playing well.
Yeah.
And on the prediction, I'm going to join you. I'm going to go Rybakina straight sets as well. I think she does beat Tomjanovic.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think Tomjanovic has had a hard time. 2 3-set matches in her last 2 matches. Very hard fought as well. And I just think the serving's a nightmare for her. Rybakina, she's overdue going really deep in the serve. Yeah, she is.
Got to win.
Big.
That's what she said. She's just tall.
Got that big serve. I told you.
You're tall. That's it. You might as well win Wimbledon.
Big
so the
John's
next one is
next year.
Simona Halep and Anisimova. Probably the big matchup on paper. I think that'll probably get the most views because everyone's anticipating what could happen. And Anisimova's been really good this tournament. She doesn't know much about the history of tennis, or she did say her tennis IQ is quite bad. Simona Halep not lost since Shea in 2018. Halep will be favourite going into it. Can Anisimova cause an upset?
Yeah, I think she can. I think that she has all the ability to be able to cause an upset.
She beat Coco Gauff in 3, beat Tan easily. Apart from that, her draw's been really easy. She's had Yuan and Lauren Davis. Not had to play great. She did play Simona Halep as well in Bad Homburg.
Yeah, lost quite convincingly.
On the quarterfinals they played, and she lost 6-2, 6-1.
I know. And I think that speaks volumes, really, at the despite beating Coco Gauff. I still don't think that's the same as taking on Simona Halep, especially in this type of form. I think Simona Halep she's on a tear. It's just she's playing amazingly. I mean, the way that she dispatched Badoza in this 4th round match, I'm I was shocked, to be honest. When I said to you, it's over already, you're like, what? I'm like,
No.
yeah. Was it under an hour?
Just
I think
over.
just over an hour. Oh, exactly an hour. There you go.
Was
So
it?
I was very shocked. I thought Badoza would put up more of a fight. I don't think she played particularly well today. I didn't get to see all the match. I just heard that her serving wasn't very good today. I think she only got 146. Oh, it says here 46% of her first serves, which is not good. 21 unforced errors to only 7 winners as well. So I just think that Halep just has that in her locker, though. Like, she can make you play badly if she's playing well, and she's like an imposing figure at the other end. And how old is Halep now? She's not as old as people. She's only 30, so it's not like everybody's thinking, oh, she's over the hill or anything. She's not. She chases down every single ball. She's one of those like horrible people to play. She'll always make you play another shot, and she has desire, and she's a Grand Slam champion 2-time. So
Yeah, I know there was a tweet here you particularly liked, so I'll let you go through this one.
yeah, one of my favorites, this one. She's into the quarterfinals for the 5th time at Wimbledon, and she owns 30 victories this year, and she's 3rd to Iga and Ons Jabeur. So of the most wins this season.
On the WTA tour.
Yeah, on the WTA tour. Yeah, I think it's incredible. That needs to be noted that she is just behind the top 2 players, and now
is she just behind Iga?
No, but you look at the stats. She's 3rd.
Yeah, but your terminology, she's just behind. For me, there's Iga. There's a massive gap. Then there's Ons Jabeur. Then there's maybe Halep at the moment. But
all right, but she's
not just behind them. She's well behind them. No one's close to Iga, despite her losing here. I don't want anyone to take the eye off Iga and like, oh, what's happened to Iga? She's not as good anymore. She's just won. What's it? 37 matches in a row or something ridiculous.
Yep.
And she is the one to beat still, regardless. And she's up there, and everyone else is down there. Whatever happened at this Wimbledon.
But whatever happens at this Wimbledon, Iga still will be on 1 Grand Slam for the year. And if Simona Halep wins a Grand Slam, she'll be on the same amount of Grand Slams as Iga this year. So that's the thing. And she's just still in with a chance of winning it, and a very good chance of winning it as well, being a previous champion. She can, I just think it's just amazing that she's just doing this now. Like the Moratoglu thing, I'm not sure if it's a thing or if it's not a thing. I can't really put my finger on what he's changing, but there's him being there's doing something. I don't think it's that. We thought it was negative at the start. Now people are starting to change their tune. She hasn't even been to 1 tie break yet. She's won all of them comfortably, every set. So, and they're getting more convincing. She started with 6-3, 6-2, 7-5, 6-4. She served up 2 breadsticks in her last 2 matches.
I mean, I tried telling John that Moratoglu is the real deal, but he never listens.
John loves it. I would love to see the John Halep presser has to come along at some point in this tournament, and I can't wait I want to be there for it, but I don't know if it's possible. Maybe it'll have to be the final. Who knows? I'll have to quickly grab a train down there after it finishes and just get in there before John asks his question. Squares up to Moratoglu.
Yeah, I mean, it would be quite funny. Let's move down to... Oh, no, let's do predictions first. So predictions, I'm going Halep straight sets.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same.
So did you go Rybakina straight sets?
I did the same. Yes.
So we've got the same so far. We're going for a Halep Rybakina semi. On the bottom, Balskova, Ons Jabeur. I've not spoke about Balskova and I've not watched her, so I can't really give too much analysis or many thoughts about it, apart from I'm very surprised with what she's been doing. I didn't anticipate it before the tournament. She's been a real surprise package, like most of these names on here, apart from Ons Jabeur, Maria and Nemo, you can say the same about as well. She's beaten Garcia, Risk, Lee and Collins. She's had a relatively nice draw. Risk, we know she's a good grass court player. Garcia's been in good form and she beat her rather easily, 6-2 in the second. So it's another good player from the Czech Republic. Do I think she's going to beat Ons Jabeur? Probably not, but we've got this one from Ons Jabeur, and this is one of the coolest things I saw today at Wimbledon was Ons Jabeur sitting at the back of the court watching and admiring Novak Djokovic practice. How can anyone not love this woman? You can see her there. She was just sitting at the back watching Djokovic play. You got Stefan there watching on as well. He was playing with Novak Djokovic today, which was quite nice.
Yeah.
And Djokovic was teaching him some shots. And he recently won an event himself while Djokovic was winning Rome, for those who don't know. But I'm sure all the big Djokovic fans know that. So he looks like a seriously good tennis player. So I'm pretty sure the Djokovic name is going to continue on the ATP tour somehow.
If have a listen to Djokovic's last press conference, because he speaks about it like in a little bit
I've not
more
watched
depth.
it.
Yeah, he speaks about. He said he's becoming very, very very much that he's going deep into tennis now. His son. He said this is. I'm not pushing him, but he's asking me so many questions about racket tensions, about different things, about all the stuff in tennis, all the basics. He says stuff I probably don't even know. It's all the basic stuff. He said he's just asking
whether rackets left.
He said so. He's asking me. He said I don't want to go down the avenue of even thinking about being coach or. I said I just want to be his dad. So that's the one first thing I just want to do first, and then
he's going to become his coach. For
he said if it gets to that stage where he wants to do that type of thing. But he said, I encourage him to do all different sports. I used to do skiing, martial arts, all these things. I said, I'll always push him to all different sports and then he can decide what he wants to do, really. He's not going to push him into tennis.
I'm just checking his age. He's 7 years old.
Yeah.
Rafa currently, he's having a child. If that is a son, by some miracle, there's going to be, about 8 years separating them. So that could be like the Carlos Alcaraz effect coming onto the tour with Daniel Medvedev. Is that about right?
Maybe. Is that about right?
I don't know. Whatever it is going to be about 8 years. So we could potentially see a Nadal Djokovic again in the future. But Nadal's there's a lot of speculation now. I mean, we don't even know if it's a son.
Yeah, well,
it might be in the mixed doubles. Yeah.
He said his son's winding him up because he's choosing to sometimes hit his forehands like Rafa just to annoy Novak. He keeps finishing the forehand up here rather than over here, apparently, because he knows that's how Rafa does it. But
well, enough about Djokovic, because this is not about him at all. But Jabeur was watching him. I think Ons Jabeur beats Balskova in straight sets.
She is. I think Balskova, don't rule her out, because I think that's the worst thing you can do.
So you going Balskova then?
No.
You're going to rule her out. So don't rule her out, but I'm going to I am going to rule her out anyway.
No, I'm going to go Jabeur in 3.
So you did rule her out. That's a shame.
I'm going to go Jabeur in 3 because
I want not to rule her out.
Don't rule her out, because I don't think she's the one that no one's talking about. She's a dangerous player. She's 66.
Why did you just rule her out then?
They've never played before. I'm ruling her out. She's out.
I just don't get it. I mean, you say one thing, you do something else.
I'm telling them not to rule her out. I'm ruling her out.
You just
don't do as I say.
I just got you.
Don't do as I do. Do as I say.
Right, the Germans, Maria versus Niemeyer. Do they know much about each other? Maria was asked, and they don't really know too much at all. No. Maria currently got 2 kids. I believe she's 34 years old.
Correct.
Niemeyer on the other end of the spectrum, young coming through, big, powerful serve. Could be an interesting matchup with the different styles. Maria likes a lot of slice on grass. It did very well for Harmony Tan. Maria's another one who does that awkward style. I'm not a big fan of her style of play. And is she going to be able to get another big victory?
Well, look, she's had quite a few
big ones.
Yeah, Sestaya, Sakari, and Ostapenko in the last 3 matches. That's incredible. I think that's a tough run. And to beat those 3, I mean, Sharma was the first one, and she went to 3 with her. But I don't know. She's had Watson, Tsurenko, Kontaveit, and Wang. I don't think it's the same, really. Do you?
Sorry, I was looking at some of the comments. There's some silly ones in there.
No.
But,
oh, dear.
Sorry, what did you say?
Anyway, it's terrible. Yeah, can't be doing
What did you say?
I said that she's not really had the same sort of run, has she? It is Watson, Tsurenko, Kontaveit, your Wimbledon champion in the predictions, and Wang. So...
Yeah, Maria's played the better opponents, and she was talking about in the press room about her husband, how he's been such a big influence on her life, and he's been her real rock, who believes in her and keeps motivating her each time to come back after having a child to play and be so competitive. I don't think she's winning this one though, and I'm going to be going Niemeyer in 3 sets, but some close ones.
I think this is the real thing now. You got the youngster, and then you've got the mother doing it for all the mothers out there. The youngster, she's going to have more Wimbledons. She's going to go deep again. Is this Maria's last chance to go deep at Wimbledon? I think it might be, and I'm going to go Maria wins in
Wow,
3.
I like that. We've gone something different for the last one.
That's it.
So we've gone for a Maria. You're going for a Maria Jabeur semi. I'm going for a Niemeyer Jabeur semi. And at the top, we've got the same, I believe, which is a Rybakina Halep.
Yes.
So the Russian is not allowed in against Halep. No, I mean, listen, joking aside with that, I don't think it should. I just don't want it to be too much of a narrative at all.
No. I don't want that for Rybakina because I'm
She don't deserve it.
I think she's a fantastic player, and all I've wanted to see is her go deep and win a tournament, a big tournament at some point in her young career. And I don't want that to come into it. She's just a great tennis player. That should be it.
Yep, agreed. Let's wrap it up there because we do have work tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let us know in the comment section. Do you agree with our picks for the quarterfinals? We're going to be covering all of the matches tomorrow, so stay tuned on the channel. It's going to be a busy day. Really looking forward to Sinner Djokovic, which is the big sort of highlight match. But there's also some other really big ones with Ons Jabeur playing too. So thanks for watching this one. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Join the Patreon as well for some behind-the-scenes footage at Wimbledon. We've got some fun stuff, some reactions from me, Ben, and John during some of the matches as well. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for more Wimbledon action.
Woohoo! Let's go.
See you then.